Previously on Let's Play Mass Effect.
She saw her whole unit die on a cruise. She could have some serious emotional scars.
Every soldier has scars. Shepard's a survivor.
One of my recon teams was investigating some strange activity out in the Traverse. We lost contact yesterday. Now I can't get clearance to check it out. Suddenly it's a restricted area.
As you may or may not have noticed, there was a little glint of light where I found that asteroid. Now, usually that's hard enough to spot that you can't rely on it, but if you do see it, it can take some of the tedium out of searching these asteroid belts.
Commander, I'm picking up a signal from the planet's surface. It looks like an automated distress beacon.
Ready whenever you are. Charged and locked.
Okay, this is a little too boring even for me. There's two skills for interacting with objects in the game world: electronics and decryption. I suppose in theory one is for defeating security and the other is for unusual or damaged equipment, but in practice they're both lockpick powers, and you want them high on at least one character. Now, since my Shepard's an engineer and they do unlock some useful utilities, I like to keep them high on her, but it also means I don't need to invest in similar powers on, say, Garrus or Kaidan. The exception is electronics on Tali, because unlike Shepard, Tali's electronic skill improves her shields. You get that high enough, and she's one of the best tanks in the game. Thresher Maws are extremely tough and extremely dangerous. They have oodles of HP. Their attacks do oodles of damage, and they completely bypass shields. Although you can fight them on foot, you'd have to be crazy because pretty much every attack they do is an instant kill. Even when you're in the Mako, if you're not moving fast, you're dead. One particularly insidious tactic they have is to burrow under the ground and then launch themselves out directly beneath you. This is an instant kill and very hard to avoid. That's why I'm driving around a lot on the level geometry. They can only come out on perfectly flat ground. This also means it's easy to predict where they're going to be because you can see a large clearing of flat, featureless space, like this one. Of course, as you can see, this strategy has a downside. If you leave their play zone for too long, and it's not very long, Thresher Maws will go back into the ground to sulk until you come and play the game the way they want. That means you're pretty much always in a state of danger. There's no way to hang back and snipe. I got extremely lucky there. It just barely caught my rear bumper, and as you can see, it did cause my Mako significant damage. If that had come up directly underneath me, I'd be dead and I'd have to start this mission over.
Heading to position. Alliance soldiers. Looks like they were lured here by the distress beacon.
These are Admiral Kahoku's men. We need to tell him what happened here.
I'm right here.